Welcome to Technology and Education Today. I'm Richard Smith.
And I'm Caroline Crawford.
And today we're talking about how to produce a quick and easy video for using subject matter experts, and this would be for training purposes in a small to medium-sized business where you don't have a huge studio and crew to rely upon.
Basically an embedded training video.
Yeah.
To not only engage the learner, but also help support the instructional information.
So, and I think the first and most important thing you need to do is to make certain you have planned everything, planned that video. And this involves deciding upon the goals that you want your training to achieve, and also providing an outline based upon those goals that you can show to your crew, if you have a crew, and most importantly, your subject matter expert.
Two comments regarding what you just said is, one, keep your subject matter expert happy. An unhappy subject matter expert, you can see it, just like whenever you're watching someone on television on a commentating show, and the people who are sitting there and discussing back and forth, you can see it in their facial expressions, the way they're sitting, the way that they're speaking. They are happy, unhappy, angry,
well,
disengaged.
This goes back to picking a subject matter expert who has at least some experience in talking to people and does not.
Not sure what that means, but okay.
Well, it's a person who has done training previously and is also a subject matter expert. Somebody in general who has a pleasant personality and is not fighting with all his or her coworkers.
I don't know what you mean. But another component of that is also the time constraints. If this is a video within some type of training environment, you're not going to hold the person's attention forever.
Right, so planning the time of your video is extremely important. If you have a training video, the best advice is a rule of thumb, no more than 5 to 10 minutes long for any one particular area that you are involved in teaching about.
And 10 is pushing it, maybe 5 minutes tops. Even 5 minutes to me is painful, having to sit there for 5 minutes and listen to something.
Well, unless you're deeply interested in it, yes.
Right. Unless there's something I know I want to get out of it, and I'm willing to wait and wait and wait. But some people, such as myself, drone on and on and on, and it becomes a time issue. Get to the point. Just get to the point. Tell me what I'm sitting here waiting for.
Now, the other thing to take into consideration is that the training is the design of the video itself, and then for the most part, you can have it. You can do it either one of two ways. A video can be shot of whatever process you are teaching, and then the subject matter expert can just provide a narration over that, or it's possible to combine the narration along with the video, especially if you're teaching a software process, and this would mean that you would have, as the narration is going on, a insert on the screen of the subject matter expert. Now, if that's done,
or talent.
Well, subject matter expert becomes the talent at that point. Then the consideration goes to make certain A, that the subject matter expert is seated behind or in front of a non-cluttered area, that the person is dressed correctly, the person knows how to make eye contact with the audience.
I'm always bad at that, but I'm shy, so.
and it's also possible to, either keep that subject matter expert on screen all the time, or vary between having the screen occupy all the information that you're talking about occupy the screen, and removing the subject matter expert, and then having that subject matter expert re-enter on the video to emphasize certain points and to recontact with the audience. That eye-to-eye contact is very important when you're trying to build up a relationship with the audience.
And it's very hard as the talent to do that, as a subject matter expert especially, when you don't have an understanding of exactly what acting abilities you need and how to engage more appropriately. It's very difficult.
And you know what that goes right into?
My segue into
rehearsals.
Rehearsals!
Whatever you do, don't invite the subject matter expert to come in and say, okay, we're going to shoot this, and all you have to do is explain the process. I'm sure you've done it before, and so on and so forth. especially if it's not an experienced person behind that's in front of the camera. There's going to be mistakes that that person's going to make. The person's going to be nervous. So at the very least, you should run through this once or twice, preferably the day before you're going to shoot, have a rehearsal, and the day that you are going to shoot, go ahead and rehearse.
Talk about clothing to wear, talk about
Yes.
hairstyle. You always are harassing me about my hair. I
Oh,
have fluffy
why?
hair. What do I do? But as well as, like you mentioned, making sure people are comfortable in front of the video camera. It's a horrible thing. All of a sudden you have a video camera in front of you. I would imagine the millennials are much more comfortable with that now that we have smartphones and they're, oh, I hate this word, ubiquitous. But older generations like us, we're not comfortable having someone put a camera in front of you and go, okay, now let's talk. What?
Well,
No.
Speaking about talking, make certain that you have an outline of what's to be said, and that your subject matter expert can use, rather than having that person just sort of speak off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
Because if they're speaking off the cuff, that person is going to miss certain things and then say, "Oh my God, I forgot to talk about this, that, and the other thing," and the person will do it on camera.
A strong outline is a great idea. You're right. Absolutely.
And then that means that the subject matter expert will have to have had to have read that outline 2 or 3 times, so that he or she will be able to anticipate the next steps in the outline rather than just trying to read it as he or she is doing the narration.
That's why I like having a slideshow and then an audio underlay. That's just my preference because I don't like being in front of the camera.
But if you're going to place somebody in front of a camera, make certain that person has rehearsed. And with those words, we've reached the end of yet another edition of Technology and Education Today. For Technology and Education Today, I'm Richard Smith.
And I'm Caroline Crawford. Bye.